Hi Capricorn, this is your July 2020 tarot forecast. So this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, everybody. And it is July, we're more than halfway through the year. Congratulations! We are going to make it. Everybody, I really hope that you're feeling okay and this finds you in good spirits. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do you need to know for July 2020? Messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It's just for Capricorn. Alright guys, so let's get out your Celtic cross. I am just going to stick to one deck. In the interest of time, I was using two, but they took forever, and I think it's better to do this, starting off with the Fool. Absolutely gorgeous. That being said, if you get a private reading with me and you want me to use two decks, I'm more than happy to do that. Anything over a half an hour, which is $40 for a half an hour. For a personal reading, look at these majors. Wow. Nice. Wow, Cappy, holding it down. Anyway, I digress. What was I saying? Yeah, I'll use two decks over a half an hour. I just find around the 20-minute mark, which is as long as these videos are, it's just convoluted. And I find myself rushing through it, and it's just not good for anybody, so. I'm sure that you don't mind. I'm sure that you're just, hopefully, you're enjoying some free readings. So starting off really nice, really strong, some loving communication, lots of opportunities here. Your home is really feeling it. Perhaps a major decision around, wow, gorgeous outcome. Absolutely stunning, guys. I mean, your heart is really in the right place. You are really feeling sensitive, really feeling receptive to sensitivity. Even though something could have felt a little bit heavy here, we are seeing a little bit of heaviness here, but you're a Capricorn, you can shoulder a lot of weight, and I do think it is for the higher purpose. I do think you're doing something really, really out of love. So we're looking at, numerically, we're looking at a 4, a 6, a 10, a 2, and an 8. And then we have the 3 as the bottom of the deck energy. We have some majors here. We have the Fool, Hierophant, Lovers. And then we have a Page, which is excellent. So bottom of the deck energy, and this is what I'm just going to call the basket that the reading sits in. This is the energy that underlies the reading for you. And this is a creative work environment. This is a creative work situation. You could be working with at least one other person toward a very important goal of yours. This is a very practical energy as well. This is a person, place, or thing. There could be some spiritual energy here as well, or even some a matter of authority. It could be within a church or an institution or a long-standing institution. Could have to do with vows and contracts, commitments, alliances. Very, very interesting. But yeah, practical work toward a common goal, and you're in the early stages of it. Very, very exciting. Look at this gorgeous energy. So this is the energy for the month. The situation is the Fool crossed by the 4 of Wands here. And the 4 of Wands is kind of a wish card in my view. It's like a happy home wish card, and it's surrounded by positive thoughts, a new beginning, brand new ideas, new opportunities, very much a victory card over here, a victory of the mind. And then it's, as you can see, it is mirrored here by the Page of Cups. And even next to that is the 6 of Cups, longing and nostalgia, and then the outcome is a soulmate situation. So, I mean, you really are master of your own mind, I'm seeing here. And I've been reading for you guys for absolutely years, as you probably know. I hope you've been here that long. But you guys really have a great deal of pride, and I'm glad you do, over your mental acumen and your mental, I would say, like mental control, right? Because if you can control your mind, you can really, so instead of being reactionary, you can respond. And I find this is a very mature energy, and it does belong to you naturally, Capricorn. You're a mature energy, paternal sign. But it is a mature attitude, right? It's like, well, I'm going to control my own thoughts and my own belief systems and my own mind so that I can respond as opposed to react. And it's a very, very strong position to start from. So the soul is represented here in the Fool. This is a new direction. This is a leap of faith, right? Around a home situation. You could be looking at buying a home. You could be looking at even building a home here, but you do have a loved one involved with you. There's an 11-11 wish situation here with the Four of Wands, but all the same, these two cards together, certainly as the situation and what's crossing it, you know, you could be moving into brand new territory this month in for July around a home situation, or doing home business, or doing something from the home in business, or vice versa. As the foundation, we have the Hierophant. Here's where we're looking at vows, contracts, alliances, but basically institutional energy here, right? So this is Taurus energy, and this is possessions. This is also long-standing tradition. So anything that feels like it's old or traditional. And like I said, I mean, if this has stuff to do with a home or a family or a loved one, this could just very well be, you know, traditionally minded. You're marriage minded. You want to grow old with somebody, that type of thing. So there could just be a lot of traditional values that are involved in this relationship as well. You could be hearing, I want to mention that, mirroring the tradition and possession and sort of valuables, institutional vows and contracts and commitments type thing here with the Hierophant. We are mirrored with a lot of rushing information, you know, incoming information, sudden communication regarding possibly a home, possibly a leap of faith, and possibly some commitment or contracts, or something having to do with an institution. So here's where we're looking at you being a very strong-minded, victorious person here when your recent past is an aha moment, right? So we're looking at the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is a victory, but it also invites a sense of clarity. And this is why it's so important to know exactly how you feel and why you feel that way. And we see this mirrored here in the Page, right? The Page of Cups is very sensitive. They're very forgiving. They really do lead with the heart, and they're quite sweet. They're very gentle, and this could be your MO. Maybe you've experienced a lot of, say, mental clarity or even a sense of victory here by employing sort of, you know, creative, loving type of communication, type of love style. But all the same, I do feel that good news and good opportunities are going to be met because you're clear about something here in the near future. Here is what's crowning you. I just mentioned there was the Eight of Wands, which is mirroring the Hierophant, and this is where we're looking at a lot of sudden communication. And again, I see this as very positive. The Eight of Wands, just generally speaking, no matter what it's surrounded by, it's generally speaking a very positive energy anyway. And the eights are really coming to terms with something too. It's like an awareness, right? You're aware of something. So it could just be like you're aware of how involved you are, or how much deeper you want to take this, or really what your sole purpose is, if it has to do with something surrounding the home. Here in your near future, so we're just at the end of the second week here by the time we're looking at the Page, and this is, you know, creative opportunities, creative outlets, certainly good news, but definitely of the heart, and an opportunity here to deal with someone who could be a younger water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It could be someone you're dealing with. It could be a child, a water sign child. It could be your own. You could have some water in your own chart and you're the child of someone else and this is going on around you. But some really sensitive communication could play a big role. Here's how you're seeing yourself, right? So the 10 of Wands, like this is like, oh, thank God, I see the end around the corner. So something's pretty taxing. Something could feel really taxing, and it could be this relationship, this situation, this environment, this type of communication, or the fact that it's sudden, something that's starting off that's a little bit new, it's just sort of breaking ground. I mean, you're definitely willing to, I mean, you're the GOAT, right? Like you can literally handle anything, but it is going to feel like a little bit of pressure here, and you're certainly, this is how you're seeing yourself, as someone who is like, I'm not going to be defeated, but I'm saying straight up, this is a big effort. So you're definitely putting in a major effort. And then here with how others are seeing you, that you're making a major decision, right? We have the Lovers card, we have some Gemini energy here, and this is communication. It's also short distance travel, and it could have to do with your brothers and sisters as well in terms of Gemini 3rd house. But in terms of Lovers major arcana, we're looking at really choosing the heart. And I absolutely see, you know, and it's not even a question for you. This is what I mean. You're just like, duh, like I know, I get it. So like Capricorn, forgive me, I'm just reading the cards. But yeah, like you're on it, you get it. You're aware that there even could be problems. You're aware that something's not perfect, or you have to build from the ground up again, or as I said, like you're aware that in order to maintain victory here, it's important for you to respond and not react. And it could be a major portion of your own sense of clarity and sense of victory here that this is a no-brainer for you now. You're like, oh, I know how to deal with this from now on, even though it might be a little bit more work. It might be a little more pressure. I might have to shoulder more responsibility, dear Capricorn, right? Like, no shock to you, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think it is important that your loved ones around you are understanding this, however, because in your hopes and fears, you do have some nostalgia, sentimentality. There could be some heirlooms. There could be a child here, guys. There could be a younger person here who's very important to you. Cappy, you could be the parent, and this could be about one of your children, a water sign child. Okay, this is what could be going on here, because it does have to do with the home, or something having to do with the home, or a happy home, or even a couple. But the 6 of Cups is really saying there's something about your childhood or someone else's childhood, your inner child, something like that, that you're missing, that you are feeling nostalgia for, you're feeling sentimental for. And that's your hopes and fears. Maybe that someone comes back, or maybe that you can reconnect with someone, or if you've been wishing for a child, that you can have a child. Here with your advice card is the 2 of Cups. I'm just stunned at this because it's so beautiful to see these beautiful Cups energies really sort of supporting each other here, especially after something that feels like it's a little bit uphill. But you are on it. You're on it. You get it. You know why. You're clear. There's a sense of victory in your recent past. So you do have some positive experience here to bring this to fruition. So your outcome is really suggesting here that a gorgeous outcome is possible for you, particularly by the 4th week of July. Okay, so it could be reunion time. It could be time to get back together with somebody and reconnect. And there could be some communication about that here by the 2nd week, right? So there could be some celebration, reunion type situation here by the end of the month. But certainly, if for nothing else, you're definitely supported by at least one other person in the heart. You are both supporting and feel supported by a loved one, someone who sees something the way you do, something who communicates the same way you do, someone who knows your heart. Remember, when we're looking at Cups energy, we're looking very much at the, the emotional world. Feelings, emotions, sensitivities, your heart, right? So, okay, how bizarre is this? Sagittarius just had this, guys. So if you have any Sag in your chart, maybe give that a look. But there could be some struggle here. You might feel unloved. I only say that because I only really ever see you deserve love. When someone's feeling kind of just left out or questioning questioning if somebody loves them or questioning what love really is. This could be part of this for you as well here, guys. Yeah, we have forgiveness down here. So this could very well, I mean, if you're anything like any other human being on the planet, welcome to the human race. Generally speaking, so many of us, our biggest conflicts and our biggest hurdles in life are the people, you know, and lessons and karma and all that stuff are the people who are closest to us. And I don't think that's an accident. That's where we're supposed to learn these lessons, right? So we have by the book here. This is about falling in line, doing things the right way, not trying to skip a step, crossing your T's and dotting your I's, making sure that you aren't trying to get away with something. Maybe if you feel like doing something the same way again and expecting different results, it's time to let that go. And I think you could be aware of that here. It's time to let something go all together and step into a new environment, step into a new way of thinking, or a new appreciation or a new understanding here, possibly with a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces child, whether they're yours or someone else's. But by the book is really just following the rules, right? So forgiveness and miracles jumped out of this deck here. We have forgiveness, which is really important. I do see a big part of this here. Someone has to come to terms with something. Forgiving, and then miracles. I think a miracle is available to you. We see this in the 8, the 2, the 6, the page. I mean, there's so much beautiful cups energy. And I mean, if you have an ace in your reading, really, you're kind of laughing. But, you know, the Ace of Swords, especially in your recent past, as I said, you know, this is an issue of clarity. It's a moment of victory for you. And it's self-control, self-reliance and self-control, and you just can't buy that. So it's a really, really beautiful place to be, and that could be part of your miracle. Here with dragonfly and deer, so we have gentleness and then we have transformation. Actually, that's not true. What is dragonfly? I think it's illusion. I'm just going to double check so I do not disappoint. I believe it's illusion. I just want to be sure. One tiny second here, folks. I have my book all handy. And it is illusion. I just don't want to stop the video and then think, oh, I should have just looked. And I have zero pride, so I just don't mind doing that. Anyway, so illusion and then gentleness. Now, it is curious to see both these come out together. I think gentleness could be your superpower right now. It could be what's getting you through a tough time. It could even be part of the miracle. Illusion is going to be what's going to be shattered here. If you find you're under any illusion, if you find you're being disillusioned or something isn't making sense and you're just making stuff up, you know, I would just steer clear of that and trust what's in front of you. Trust what's being shown to you. And you deserve love. Like I said, you are lovable. This really does crop up when I see someone struggling sometimes. So remember that you are loved. You do have at least one person on your side who sees something the way you do, and you're very well supported here, guys. Even though something is going to feel like a little bit uphill, you got this. You definitely have it. You can tackle this. And no matter what, you can get close to someone. Possibly the decision is really about just revealing what's in your heart. And that's really not easy for any sign. Despite what they say about some of us more sensitive signs, it's just not easy sometimes, but it is a decision that you can come to all by yourself if you put love first. And I really feel like you're in a position where you're confident now to do that. So Capricorn, that is your reading for July 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. Comment below if you have a second. I love hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next video for your sign. Bye for now.